Welcome to the bold analysis. Today, there is an incident that happened in Kisii when William Ruto attended the homecoming ceremony of Education CS Ezekiel Machogu. And immediately people settled in the tent. There is this video I want you to look at in your screen. And this is the video. That is a video of residents, some group of youth trying to access the venue. And according to reporters, they actually say that they tried to disrupt the event. I don't look at it as just trying to disrupt, because a presidential event, I think, is really, there is a ring. Security officers normally create a ring around the venue. They did not pelt any stone. They just tried to access, but they were repulsed by the security officers. However, this came moments after Ruto really did some roadside rally there with Rigathi Gachagua, according to me, addressing Raila Odinga's mass action and asking the voters of Kisii not to turn out for the mass action. So what exactly is going on? Because I want to say, for the avoidance of doubt, no one would leave his home to go and invade a presidential event. Tuambieni kweli. In an event that is attended by the president and is held the roadside rallies throughout until he arrived in that place, and there was no mayhem. Remember, this is coming at a time when Raila Odinga is also supposed to attend burial in the same Nyaribari Masaba, I think, in the same Kisii County. And it is emerging, it is second day of William Ruto's 3 days tour in Kisii. So there's an attempt to disrupt that rally from President William Samoei, the event by William Samoei Ruto. Even though this is something that must be very worrying. Now, I want to put it to a context. I think for the last 2 days, since yesterday when William Ruto arrived in Kisii, I think he was in Nyamira and Kisii, I think it was part of Nyamira. He was welcomed by all the leaders, both from ODM and from the Kenya Kwanza. In his capacity as the president, I saw both Nyaribo and Simba Arati coming out and welcoming the president. And we had all agreed that there is nothing wrong with that. Let the governors come out in their own volition to welcome the president. Otherwise, they can't be viewed as enemies of development. And yesterday, Simba Arati told off the president about his attack on Raila Odinga over the protests, and also telling William Ruto in the face that he doesn't need to reward people that, according to him, are the old former politicians of the region, but should rather give that job to the young people. And that was just telling them off about the Kideros, the Ongwae, and the likes, that then crossed over from ODM to UDA, eyeing plum government jobs. So from yesterday, there was already tension building on the different factions, especially the Simba Arati faction, and what, according to me, are the UDA faction, which are already planning to create us versus them. I want to humbly request you to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our video. Watch Simba Arati video yesterday here.
Wanchebe boigo. Your Excellency, I will indulge you kwa biashara ya maendeleo katika eneo letu la Kisii na Nyamira. Mimi ni msemaji wa humu Kisii kila mahali, na nitasimama. Nataka niseme hawa wazee, najua kwamba mzee Ongwae, mzee Jimmy wamekula chumvi. Kuna vijana wadogo, tafadhali. Bosebono. Hapa saa moyo. Hawa wazee tuko tayari kupea wao. Tuko tayari kupea hawa wazee kitu kidogo, wananunua dawa ndio pressure siende juu. Lakini kazi ambayo utahitaji kwa miaka 5 tena ndio uchaguliwe, pea vijana kazi. Hiyo ndio tunauliza. Kwa sababu hata mimi nikimaliza miaka yangu 10 nipotee niende kuuliza urais ama kitu kingine, si ndio? Kwa hivyo ndugu zangu, mimi niko tayari, nitafanya na nyinyi kazi, nitafanya kazi na rais, tuhakikishe kwamba tumeendelea mbele.
So that is Simba Arati telling Ruto in the face that you don't need to give these people jobs. You need to give the other young people. And a statement that I want to understand did not sit well with some of those leaders. But the reason why this Kisii disruption should not be taken lightly is because remember the last time Raila held a rally there, the next day there was an attempt by a section of UDA supporters that attacked some Raila Odinga supporters, and even we saw videos of some of Boda guys who were supporting Raila Odinga actually injured and were in the hospital. So Kisii, the issue of violence in Kisii has been so common, by the way. It has been so common, not just even now William Ruto is, and even that one of Raila Odinga. So what, according to me, my position is very clear, that on that, getting that audacity and the confidence to try and make that is not something that can be taken lightly. Within no time, Kisii will be a hotbed of Kenyan politics. I want to look at the according to me, 4 theories that advance what happened there, where the youths could have attempted to invade that event. I think some leaders that were organizers of that event were struggling to frame Simba Arati as the man behind the trouble or as the troublemaker. Yesterday, Simba Arati told off the president, and the video that I've shared to you. And of course, Simba Arati is an ODM governor and a staunch Raila Odinga supporter. And with what has been happening, remember, some time back when Raila wanted to go to Kisii, Ongwae wrote a worded letter to the president, to Raila Odinga, saying that Raila Odinga was not welcomed there because they wanted to welcome the president at peace. So there have been Ongwae faction and Arati faction. By all indication, there are those who will come out and make a press conference, or maybe call a press, and say the way those who were trying to invade that event were organized goons, probably from the Simba Arati side. So on this one, those who might have felt uncomfortable with what Simba Arati did, I will say it will be a stage managed within the UD ranks, but with an intention of framing Simba Arati as the troublemaker. This is something that has been going on. And to me, that's one theory. Number 2, yesterday I read, and I think I read that article, we even saw some photos where there was mobilization that was done. And mobilization were done, in fact, some people were coming from the Bomet side to go and attend some of those events. The mobilization, and I want to note, even to attack that crowd, the mobilization is normally done. People are normally mobilized. There is a high likelihood that those people there was a mishap in the mobilization. Or maybe the locals will feel that those who've been given access, maybe they're seeing that those are not even people who are locals there. So it will not be that it's been mobilized from somewhere. But again, the locals around the place are trying to access the venue, maybe in a very, not in a very provocative manner. They're trying to access the venue, but they've been locked out. And the challenge could be at the mobilization. Remember, that event is being held in Ezekiel Machogu's compound, home. So the probability that the locals tried to access there simply because maybe they've realized that there is mishap, maybe they were not involved in it, is a possibility. Number 3, Raila Odinga is supposed to attend a burial around Nairobi Masaba. And the ODM, I think, is a relative of ODM chair, county, the constituency chairman. And I remember I was actually, for me, I was advising that my position was that Raila would just keep off, because there will be a lot of propaganda efforts that will be put up there. And remember, and I saw the Star, sometimes even the mainstream media, sometimes gets it wrong. There was already a narrative that had been brought up yesterday, and they created the coincidence of Raila and Ruto in Kisii as a very big deal. While someone was attending a homecoming ceremony, someone was attending an ODM, a burial affair, which to me, I don't see the conflict there. But people had already created a perception of a conflict when the two are going to be together. So people can also organize such incident just to try to brand Raila Odinga as the man who brought the trouble because he was in the same place. This is politics. And sometimes politicians stop at nothing to gain some very simple and cheap political points. Bonga points. Very cheap. You will see the way maybe a press briefing will be made later, or how it will come out. I will not be shocked to listen to leaders blaming it on Raila, an ODM. It's a normal phenomenon. Lastly, is it a possibility that some people are just locked out of the venue and they're just trying to access it? So, to me, what happened in that disruption, but I've said Kisii looks slippery. Go and just look at the videos when these leaders are speaking there. You'll understand what I'm saying, that Kisii is not, as far as what we really we are seeing, Kisii is very slippery. The people are not so much interested with what the William Ruto team are saying there. They're not interacting with it, and they're just listening, and they're just the empty talks on mandamanos and this and that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my bold. I'm coming back with an interesting one, still on a big narrative.